EUA is Tonga's oldest island and one of the oldest islands in the Pacific Ocean. In fact, at around 40 million years old, it's a lot older than the country Tonga itself. It's situated about 14 kilometers away from Tongatapu, Tonga's main island. It's much smaller though, at just 87 kilometers squared. EUA is made up of 16 villages in total and a population of around 5,000 people. It's famous for its lush rainforests, high cliffs, scuba diving, whale watching, trekking, wild horses, breathtaking landscapes, and beautiful beaches. The ferry for EUA departs from one of the ferry ports in town at around 9 AM, although it's anyone's guess what time it really goes. I hitchhike it into town and head for the ferry port. Okay, so we've just arrived at one of the ferry terminals in Tonga. Let's hope it's the right one. There's a couple of ferry terminals here actually. One does more like domestic stuff to the islands. There's like 3 islands around that you can just go for the day. And another one supposedly does further away ferries to a couple of other islands, Hapai and EUA. So I've just been pointed in this direction for the ferry to EUA. There seems to be quite a bit going on and quite a lot of cargo being shipped, so let's see if I can find the right ferry. A quick look around and it looks like I've found the right boat. Okay, so the ferry behind me is what's hopefully going to take me to EUA and hopefully going to take me back from EUA back to this island on Saturday. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for that, but it takes about, I've heard, anywhere between like 1 and 3 hours, so we'll see how long it takes. Might be quicker swimming. I find the ticket booth, which is just a small hut next to some containers, not far away. A ticket from Tongatapu to EUA costs just 20 panga, or around $8 US. And we're off. My first time outside of this island in over 2 months. On the way, I pass several different islands that are all part of the Tongatapu island group. Starting from June, the whales come to Tonga, and heading over to EUA is a popular activity for both foreign and domestic tourists alike. Unfortunately, the whales haven't made it here just yet. Finally, EUA is in sight. Right, that ride got a little bit bumpy, so I'm glad that we have just arrived on EUA, so I can finally get back on some solid land. Oof, feeling a bit seasick. Firstly, I want to check out these rainforests of EUA. And immediately regret my decision to wear flip-flops. Okay, hey guys, so welcome to EUA. Now I'm currently on a bit of an accidental trek. Drove here actually in the new 4-wheel drive, and so because of EUA's climate, as you can see, it's not exactly just a white sandy beach island that I'm stuck on. It's quite a bit of it, actually a jungle. So you can see all behind me, these lush green forests, really super dense actually, denser than I thought. So I wanted to drive to this place called Huma Arch, which I guess we'll see what it's like if I ever get there. And the drive was a little bit bumpy and kind of stopped halfway, and so did the paths. So I've carried on hiking and just climbed down, I'll put the video up, just climbed down this crazy thing that, you know, probably shouldn't climb down. But the path seems to be taking me here. So, and I can hear the sound of the sea ever closer. Ooh, there's lots of spiders and caves around. But yeah, this is my first taste of EUA and out of Tongatapu, the main island. I'm definitely getting some strong jungle vibes. It's not the beach back garden that I'm used to. So let's carry on and hope that I don't come across too many spiders. Luckily on Tonga there are no poisonous animals, apparently. Let's see. But every so often on this trail as well, come to a point where it's like, where's that path again? And you do have to do a little bit of digging. Apparently Tongans don't do so much domestic travel, and this forest has enjoyed the benefits of that and has got very dense. But then you find the trail again, so we are on the right track, maybe. If you never hear from me again, do let me know. Send out the search party. I finally found a clearing through the rainforest, but it was already getting quite late, so it was time for me to head back and hit up the beach on EUA. So I had to cut my trek a little bit short before, but thankfully just before the rain started, I managed to make it out of the forest and down to the beach, which you can see behind me. And actually just across the water, which I'll show you in 1 second, is Tongatapu, which is where I've been staying for the past couple of months. So I'll show you that now. If you look closely along the horizon, you can see the outline of Tongatapu, the island where I'm currently living. Just as the sun sets, I head back, ready for an early morning tomorrow. The sun is out for my first full day of exploring on EUA, and my first stop takes me on a drive through lush rainforest. Okay, so this is day 2 on EUA, and actually my first and only full day on the island, because hopefully I will be going back to my new home in Tongatapu tomorrow. That's if the ferry goes and gets me there okay. But anyway, so this is the first stop in the morning, and I've driven to the southern tip of the island. A really beautiful drive. I'll put some footage up, but really beautiful, like palm trees and sunshine, and you know, to the left of me, beautiful jungle and stuff that you can see behind me, and then to the right we have the sea. You can't quite see it. You can see the sea on the horizon. So really beautiful, and it's just nice to see so much green and so much like lush surroundings. Definitely reminds me of I don't know, kind of the Lake Districts in England or something like that. So it's very beautiful. And I came here because one of the things to do and things to see in EUA is the rock garden, which I guess is in front of me. I see some rocks protruding from the green, and also there is an archway that maybe, hopefully, this path will take me to. So let's see what we can find. Okay, so just walked for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes through this kind of dense forest. Ate a few spiders on the way, but it seems like actually I'm just about to get out. Okay, let's take a look. So I just came out of this little hole here to see this nice little site, which is just not bad at all. My next stop takes me to a very big tree. Oh, mosquitoes everywhere. Okay, so I've just stopped for lunch, and then the next stop was to see a big tree. Now, Tongatapu is very famous for the three-headed coconut tree, and it seems that this may be a running theme with the islands of Tonga. So I came to the big ovava tree, and had a little look through a bit of a drive through the rainforest and a bit of a walk through it with mosquitoes everywhere, and came to a pretty impressive tree apparently. So I'm gonna show you around and not spend too long because I'm currently being eaten alive by the mosquitoes. So it's quite fun actually. I mean, I can imagine playing a great game of hide and seek here. Seems like one of those areas where it's like a hall of mirrors, and each path takes you to somewhere that you may or may not be able to go through, or you may find something very cool and interesting. But what is for sure is that it is indeed a big tree. There is also lots of spider friends everywhere. So hike number 2 of the day has me driving to the northeast side of the island. So I was on the northwest side yesterday, so I'm on the northeast side, and I'm about to go and pretty much see what I can find. It's kind of hard to navigate on Google Maps. A lot of the time people have a guide here to go trekking and stuff, but they're kind of expensive, so I'm just exploring by myself. Looks like on the map there's like a lookout point, so let's see what I can find. Hey guys, so a lot of seeing EUA. Actually, a lot of the tourist activities and a lot of the reason why people come to EUA is for the hiking. To be honest, there's not much else to do here. There's a few other activities like diving and whale watching, but it's kind of the wrong time of year for that. The whales aren't here yet. That's the most famous thing Tonga's famous for. So I've spent the day hiking today, to be honest, and I'm absolutely knackered, but I'm currently sitting on one of the most beautiful platforms. Need a little bit of a nap. It's 24 degrees. Actually, generally it's always between 24 and 26 degrees. I've seen a 23 at some point and a 26 the other day, so this is including in the morning and in the evening. It just doesn't change, but it's incredibly humid right now, and that's why I'm having a little bit of a break. But I'm going to show you what I came up to see. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like I'm kind of on top of the world. I'm currently lying right at the northeast side of the island. So yesterday I went around the northwest. I've been down the southwest side of the island. I'm now at the northeastern tip, and I reckon it would probably take about half an hour to drive from one end to the other. Okay, let me show you what view I'm looking at right in front of me. Okay, so the sun finally came out, and now inside of a beach, and went to a very small little village, and looking on the maps it said that there was a road called way down to the beach. It looked completely closed off and like a random closed off road, but some locals pointed me in the right way, and although it looks like this is literally a pigsty, with lots and lots of coconuts around, I'll show you now. Apparently this is the right way. Okay, so apparently the bush of Tonga defeated me, and definitely decided to turn back. 100 meters in, 300 meters still to go. Took me about 20 minutes, literally traipsing through pig. Oh, I'm gonna get to use that bleeper thing for the first time. But now I have to traipse in it all the way back. Let's see if I can drive to a nicer beach and finish my last evening on EUA. So I would say pork is probably one of the most popular meats in Tonga, and pretty much every family has a pig, if not several pigs. Usually it's 1 or 2 big pigs and a little pig. And oh my gosh, I've just seen one. I was like scared of seeing them the whole time. Can you see him? It's like a big pig. Okay, please be nice, big pig. I want to eat you. Terrifying. What I was gonna say is that yeah, I'm literally in a pigsty, so they usually feed the pigs these coconuts. I'm just gonna get out of the way of Mummy Pig here. Hopefully I won't stand on one of her baby pigs, and hopefully I can get out of this. It's literally a pigsty. Yeah. Let's see if I get eaten by pigs before I manage to get out.
On my way to find the beach, the damage from Cyclone Harold, a Category 5 cyclone which hit Tonga earlier in April, is very evident. Many businesses and resorts along the coast were completely washed away.
Okay, so after a day of hiking, exploring EUA and having a look for a beach and traipsing through a couple of pigsties, finally managed to make it to a beach on EUA. As you can see behind me, I actually went swimming first, couldn't really wait, but the sun's setting right now. You can see it in the background, So I am about to head on back to the homestay that I am staying in, and this ends my complete full day in EUA. I still have the morning tomorrow before the ferry. Hopefully I will be getting that ferry back. Hopefully I will be back in Tongatapu this time tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying seeing a little bit of EUA. I'm going to continue enjoying the sunset behind me.
On the way back, some local Tongans offered me a lift in their van. Combined with that killer sunset, it was definitely not a bad end to a packed day of exploring EUA. Day 3 on EUA, and guess what? It's more hiking. But this one comes with a pleasant surprise at the end.
Okay, day number 3 in EUA, and my last day, my last morning. Hopefully we'll be getting the ferry at around 1 p.m. today. So yesterday I saw it being loaded at 12:50, but the day before that I saw it leave at 5 o'clock. So let's see what time I get the ferry today. But this morning I still have a little bit of time, so I'm doing another hiking trail. The island that I live on, Tongatapu, is incredibly flat, and I'd forgotten what hills and bumps were like, and also forests and stuff. So spending my last couple of hours on here, going through the forest, doing some more hiking trails, and this one is going to lead me, potentially, to a rat cave, which I was originally put off the name. You can imagine why. Actually, I was kind of near this trail yesterday, but I didn't get so enticed by the rat cave, right? But after speaking to the family that I'm staying with, they said it's very beautiful. So hopefully it will be beautiful and not just a cave of rats. Let's see. Something really beautiful about these trails as well is like there is no one here, no one else here. You may find the occasional Tongans here from Tongatapu coming over for travel, or from the other islands, but otherwise there's no other tourists. I haven't seen any other foreigners, just foreign tourists from Tongatapu, and otherwise, yeah, it's just me. It's completely empty, and it's just nature all to myself, which is something really special, and definitely something that I shouldn't take for granted whilst I'm here. Something I'm enjoying. It is escaping the busy city life of Tongatapu for sure. So this trail is not on Google Maps at all, and it's pretty difficult to find. A lot of the time you need guides with you. But sometimes Tonga surprised me with things like this. Just a road sign, says Ellis Road. Good to know. Google, if you're listening, make sure to put on Ellis Road on your maps in future. And just as we turn the corner, we have another one. McDonald Road. There we go. So for any hikers out there, make sure you head down Ellis Road and then turn left onto McDonald Road. Doesn't look like many people come up here. So after hiking for about an hour in this absolutely gorgeous weather through EUA's National Park, we've come to this place called The Lookout, and you can see why it's called The Lookout. Absolutely stunning view behind me. It's always surprising that you can walk seemingly on a fairly flat path for about an hour and arrive at a place like this with like gorgeous cliffs behind me. There's birds flying around, you can't quite see them. But EUA's National Park is beautiful. I'm not sure how many kilometers it is in total, but it's actually dedicated to Prince Harry and Meghan. Actually, they recently denounced their royalness, but they came to Tonga in 2018 in October, and Tonga's National Park, or EUA's National Park, is dedicated to them. And just ahead of me is the Reich Caves. I'm told that they are about a 5-minute walk away. So after I've had a bit of a chill and a rest here, hopefully I won't fall asleep, then I'm gonna make it to the Reich Cave, which I'm still hoping that there's no actual rats in there. Let's go. Just arrived at the Rat's Cave, and it defo looks like there are lots of rats that live in there. However, as if the sign read my mind, the first sentence reassures me that there are no rats in there. Okay, so I've just climbed down this little entrance to the start, and to be honest was quite astonished. You kind of have to crawl. You can see how deep it is, but we come across this really cool little hole. So this area, you can see the sea, you can see the national park right in front of me. It's pretty cool, and this thing is quite a sheer drop. Do not want to break my ankle after a couple of days. What do I do now? Okay, wow, I'm glad I did that. Check this out. Woohoo! There's cave inside. Now I just have to find my way back up this tiny little hole. Okay guys, what you just saw is me getting down this hole, actually getting out of the Reich Cave. I then saw that it's possible to fall down that little hole. And people do it. So if people do it, I can do it too. And after a little bit of effort, I made it, and man, am I glad. Look at that view behind me. It's a little bit scary. You can't see it so well. The sun is shining very bright. But also the cave behind me is super cool. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a look around, have a little bit of a rest before I try and attempt to get back up here. Wish me luck. Might be staying on EUA a little bit longer than planned. Okay, so I made it out of the rat's cave alive, which is great. There were no rats, but instead I was greeted with an absolutely incredible view, which people promised me. So very happy to have gone down there, even happier that I did the stupid thing and jumped down and saw some amazing caves and amazing view. But for now, unfortunately, that's the end of this hiking trail through EUA's National Park. And have to get back to the car because the ferry leaves in a couple of hours, so I have to get packing and hopefully back to Tongatapu. I will not believe that I am getting back there until that ferry lands on that island. If not, I might swim it. Let's see. Hope you enjoyed. Ooh. Hope you enjoyed hiking with me through EUA's National Park.
There's only one ferry a day between EUA and Tongatapu, and it's mainly used to carry cargo between the two islands. It's Sunday tomorrow, so no ferries will be running.
Okay, so I can finally almost breathe a sigh of relief as I am currently sat on the ferry back to Tongatapu. It hasn't left yet. It's supposed to leave around, I guess around 2 o'clock. It's currently 2:40, but they've been loading on stuff since probably 12 o'clock. And it seems like they've just about finished, and it's quite full. I don't know if you can see behind me. Definitely more full than when I arrived here on Thursday. It's Saturday today, so I guess people may be going for the weekend, or yeah, people have their days off today. So I've got my breakfast cracker, which I see a lot of in Tonga, and I'm gonna try and enjoy the ride, and hopefully it'll be not as bumpy as last time. That's if this ship gets moving. Let's see. Still fingers crossed.
No sooner did I leave Tongatapu does it feel like I'm coming back. Although I'm relieved to not get stuck on EUA, I'm already planning my next island trip away.